Hi guys, Jess here, and just to refresh everyone's memory, I'm doing my field placement at Alternative Services in Maine, an agency that serves folks with mental health issues and also intellectual disabilities, and we really just serve adults. So, so this week I'm going to talk about self-care, and I think it was last week on a video, I think it was a video that someone did. I made a comment about a challenge for me being um, the fact that I can tend to take too much emotional responsibility for the things that my clients are going through, or their progress or lack of progress in recovery. Um, so a lot of my self care can tend to be at work, just creating and maintaining those boundaries. Just not feeling responsible, I guess, or trying not to feel responsible, or reminding myself to get behind my clients, as opposed to kind of carrying them. So I guess I decided to talk about it this week because I've got several folks who are having some pretty significant difficulties. And so that's been pretty stressful for me. Um, I mean, when it comes down to it, I guess it's really pretty simple, drawing that boundary and not being responsible, but it's not easy. Um, it takes a lot of practice, and I can't say honestly that I'm at the point where it comes easily, although there are times that I feel like I can be professionally pretty detached. Um, I can go home at the end of a long day and just, be thinking about a person who's going through a particular challenge, or be awake at night thinking about a person who's going through a particular challenge and what's the best thing I can do for them and how should I approach it, and so on and so forth. Um, so I guess one of the tools that helps when I think about that issue and thinking about dealing with it myself is that if I remind myself of the person's strengths, and that it's about respect and respecting that individual and believing in that individual, um, that kind of helps me have the attitude that here's a human that I'm working with that has strengths and capabilities and is capable of living their own life, um, capable of solving their issues, and doesn't have to solve their problems or deal with their issues in the way that I think is best, which I guess is another challenge, in terms of just thinking that, I have this picture of how a person could be doing and the choices they should be making. Um, and maybe that just doesn't work for them. Maybe it's not how they want to live their life. Maybe it's not going to be successful. It's not their definition of successful. Um, so part of having those boundaries around not feeling responsible is respect, I think, for that person, and respect for their right to make their own decisions and live a life that I might find troubling or not interesting, or um, just not something that I would choose. Um, so I guess just being conscious and mindful throughout the day at work. So I'm taking on projects in my field placement that can be overwhelming, and responsibility is another issue there, I guess, in terms of, oh my God, here's this huge thing I want to do. I want to do it perfectly, yada, yada, yada. Um, just kind of taking a step back and reminding myself that I'm offering something, and then people kind of have the choice to come in and join with what I'm offering or not. And so I was reminded also, I did my field visit this week, that we need to have a question at the end of our videos. And so I guess my question to everyone is, how do you keep those emotional boundaries around not feeling responsible for the folks that you're working with? I hope everybody's having a good week.